I don't see. I don't see me, Mickey.
It's finna kick in. Just give it time. I'm finna go off the grid because I gotta do something real quick.
It says I'm live, but Mickey, I don't see where I'm live. Oh, I am live, Mickey.
I said I told you it was live. I'm just getting a few kinks out. There we go.
Okay.
There we
Well,
go.
I gotta share it and give everyone a chance to pop on and say hello to all of my winter sites. I like that. Winter sites. Haulites. Haulers. You know, because like Nicki Minaj got her Barbs and Cardi B got somebody and Megan got her hotties. So Winter's Haul can have the haulers. You like that, Mickey? Okay, you're not
Whatever
talking.
you pick, man.
Mickey, I know you laughing at me. Hey, Trevor, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Wyntis is back. Hold on, I'm trying to share. Mickey, you share to the group because they're gonna put me on restrictions again. They trying to lock me up before
Good. They need to put you on restrictions.
you know what? Auntie Judy in my inbox, Trevor. I'm gonna send it to Auntie Judy so she can watch the show tonight. And Monique, Trevor, you already watching. Well, I gotta send it to my first lady.
When did you drop that dime?
I dropped what on?
on Councilwoman Judy.
I ain't saying nothing about Councilwoman Judy. What I say? What I say about
She
Council?
was in your, nah, you know what you just said. She was in your inbox.
She is in my inbox. I just said I ain't read what she said, but she was in my inbox. I ain't seen it yet. I don't know if it's PG or anything like that, or if I need to not read it. But anyways, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Wyntis Hall Show. I'm so happy to have all of my hauler haters, haulers, and then I got haul haters. Where's my brother? OG Wig. He better hurry up and get on here. Hey, there go Terrence. Oh, Snow, man. He been having me dying today with the videos. Y'all got to go check him out. And Kevin Tay. And Mr. Miller. Doubt she cussed you out with screenshots being a thing. Child, I'm so tired of doing screenshots, Trevor.
Winters,
Huh?
that's my auntie.
Who?
Demetrius Miller. Well, you gonna say Mr. Miller?
It said, okay, well, I'm sorry.
I was just clearing that up for you. For she got on me for not speaking.
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Miller. Because y'all know I love the Millers. And let me tell you how me and Mickey is related. Because my sister friend told mother, Esther Mae Miller, that's your people. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't leave me hanging, bro.
Oh, no doubt. You know I'm over here.
Don't y'all start Louis and Polo. Hold on 1 second, because I got to see what Auntie Judy said. Trevor, what's your auntie? Y'all hope she's not about to cuss me out. Oh, Auntie Judy was telling me I was reading the budget wrong. She said that was look carefully, that's the mayor's budget. No, that's your damn budget, Auntie Judy. That's y'all budget. Y'all came up there with that stuff the other day with them people with the blue signs saying vote for the budget. That's your budget. That ain't the mayor's budget because you worked with him on the ad hoc committee that President Mays appointed you to bring it back to the group so everybody could decide, not you and Adele, because y'all didn't even know that the old business center was still in use. What's the topic? Well, today I'm waiting for my special guest to join, Pastor Janard Lakes. And he's going to come on here and we're going to talk about, again, what we always talk about with the pastors. Are we moving in the right direction? No, we're not. I mean, I can answer that now. But it's always some developments that comes along. So I want to see if anything came up in um, Pastor Lake's life, that he can give us some examples of why the city is, not going in the right direction and what we need to do. We already know we need to vote for Dr. Karen Weaver. We just gonna go ahead and get that out the way right now, right off the bat. Vote for Dr. Karen Weaver on Tuesday, November the 8th. She is the best choice for mayor. And I would put all of my silver and gold behind that. Like I said, Pastor Lakes should be popping on at any second. He is pastor of the wonderful Spirit of Victory Ministries on Court Street. And when I tell you the house be jamming over there, the house be jamming over there. And then also, while we're waiting for him to come on, because see, this I get to give out all my little church shout outs for my show, because Mickey won't let me do it on nobody else's show. So also, if you're not doing anything tonight, and also tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the Great Lakes District is having their annual citywide revival up at Christ Fellowship. They have a bomb preacher here from out of state, and he will be preaching at 7 o'clock tonight. Well, service started at 7 o'clock. But from what I'm hearing, they are in and out within an hour. So if you want to hear some great preaching, you just go ahead and go on down to Christ Fellowship, where moderator Dr. Allen Overton is the pastor of that great church. Oh, gee wig, there go my brother. I think Mayor Weaver can beat them Kenyans at that crim race, baby. I woke up this morning and I hadn't seen it, okay? So the mayor calls me and she says, "You laughing at me too?" Like, because the mayor snap on you. She don't care about Wyntis Hall. She don't care about none of that. She don't care if you say I'm gone, but she like bye. So she called me and she snapped on me today, and I didn't even know what she was talking about. And she said, "You need to go look at the Adrian's page." And so my heart started beating fast because I'm thinking like, "Oh Lord, what did happen to my baby?" I'm thinking something was wrong with Adrian. So I go on there and I see Mayor Weaver in first place at the crim race coming down Parkside. She went out there to take that garbage out last night. See, that's what she get because she was supposed to be at home in the bed. She went and took that garbage out there last night and opened up that garbage lid and the raccoon popped out, and it took her 0.4 seconds to get from the garbage can back to her door. And I asked her, "Why was you running and locked the door?" It was just a little cute old raccoon. I would have did the same thing though. But if y'all want to see the mayor in action, please go to my page and look at that video of Dr. Karen Weaver. As my mother said, she was running faster than Forrest Gump. And you can't tell me that we don't have a mayor that doesn't relate to our problems, because this is one of the questions that I ask. And people be thinking, "Oh, Wyntis just be talking. She don't know what she be talking about." But when you start demoing and tearing down all these houses, you got rodents and raccoons and groundhogs and stuff that's been living in there for 15 and 20 years, and they need places to go. And so now that they made their house out, they done made it out to the nice neighborhood over there where Dr. Weaver stayed at. My dogs is fighting, hold on. They done made it out there where Dr. Weaver stayed at, and now they setting up shop in her trash can. What else? Mickey, you still there? Mickey is trying to check on the YouTube because somebody told him that the volume was out on the YouTube. Louis and Polo, y'all gonna get put in a cage. Keep messing with me. Okay, so last night before Janard pops on, we got to talk about this council meeting, y'all. That council meeting was a damn train wreck last night. But let me tell you who gave me life. Even though we don't see eye to eye a lot of times, well, really none of the times. But Jerry Winfrey Carter, baby, you gave me life last night. She said, what? You know, when you be real mad and you be all in your feelings and somebody asked you something and you, what? And she was like, what? Because she was tired of Eva. She said, I'm tired of you. You always down there mumbling and talking under your breath, playing victim and stuff. She got Eva straight last night. But Eva probably filed a report on her. Eric had Chief Green shaking in his boots last night, too. Yeah, the Chief was not a happy camper last night, baby. But then let me tell you something about that, Terrence. I'm glad you brought that up. Terrence, and who else is on here? Kevin Tay. I don't see my boy Dink. And my first lady out here. Hi, Miss Shirley Hill. That's my church smile. Okay, but she know I'll be full of it anyway. And so, listen, we talking about police chases. And again, like Councilman Eric May said, the good thing about council meetings is that they all recorded. And if you go back and you look under the investigative hearings, whatever day that they had the police or public safety, I don't know if it was the initial one or the callback, but they got up there and they said under oath that they don't do no police chases. They said it. I didn't. Wyntis Hall is not spread no lies this election. He said it. You don't believe me? Go back and watch it. Now, what disturbed me, I'm going to use her word that she kept using last night. Moreover, that's what Councilwoman Liddell Lewis was saying. Because she was a councilwoman. I'm not taking nothing away from her doctorates, whatever. She got a doctorate in. But moreover, she was on Facebook talking to somebody saying they can do some kind of police chases. All of them aren't excluded. Doctor, what the hell is you talking about? They can't do no police chases in no residential areas. And if they can, somebody go back and tell that lady that got killed down there, somebody go back and tell that lady that got killed down there on Industrial and Pearson Road a couple years ago when they was doing that police chase and she was just innocent and died. They're not supposed to do no police chases. So unless they done had a new ordinance slide through that I didn't see, they're not supposed to be doing no police chases. Puppet safety, you mean? And then another thing that I'm happy that I'm seeing on Facebook is a lot of people there are not falling for the smoke and mirrors, banana in the tailpipe BS. I get that from Terrence. He be saying that all the time. Because they had a lot of hold on, Janard, hold on, this is my show. Hold on.
Okay.
So they had a lot. Janard, you come back. I'm just messing with you. So they had a lot of people last night. Janard, you made me forget my whole thought. What was I talking about, Trevor? Oh, so it's been a lot of people on Facebook that's been actually, their eyes have been widened and enlightened. They not falling for this stuff. Did y'all see all that money that came into Flint last week for public safety and blight and all of that stuff? So how come we just now getting that? But y'all see through that little stuff. Janard, come on back on here. You my guest. I need your help. Janard, where you at? Mickey.
I think I'm here.
There go my
What's
pastor.
up?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for coming on here again. I told you I was gonna have you back on before the election.
Yes, you did.
And I know you're a very busy man. And if you got to pop out, I understand that. But thank you. You know, we try to meet people where they are, and you was busy, so here go the links. I like this better anyway. I get to sit at home. I should have had me some coffee, but they have a picture of a Hennessy bottle sitting up there. You know, I don't drink no Hennessy before 8.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Man, Pastor, I was just saying about your church. It'd be off the chain over there, Spirit of Victory Ministries. I was happy when we came over there, and I seen so many people our age that we
Yeah.
went to school with and just being in the hood with, you know, just like you the man for getting a lot of people lives turned around. And I like seeing that. I like
Amen.
seeing that. I seen old Archie Pyle slide down through there.
Yeah.
I seen Bambi. I seen Bianca. I seen all of our people. And I'm like, look at here, look at here. But yeah, you doing your thing over there. You keep up your good work, brother.
Amen.
So
Amen.
how are things going with you?
So everything has been going good. Everything is definitely as we grow with people come challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good challenges because um, we got good leaders and people who are concerned not only about us being a church when it comes down to us being in the building, but I always drive that a church that is not in the community is a big sorry giant.
Yeah.
And so really giving our people the heart to hit our community. And so the work has been good. Work
You
has been
sound a
good.
little raspy. You okay?
Yeah, preaching to churches, uh,
I,
Bible study, losing my voice, and still trying to. It's coming back. So I've been on a little honey and tea,
oh, okay.
get the little
Well, you know, if
raspiness
you
out of
ever
it.
need a guest preacher, because Pastor Hill won't let me preach, but I've been had this sermon ready for a long time. My
And what
first
is the
name
name of
don't
that
be.
song?
The name of the sermon is John, You My Last Homie. Because I
Okay,
was reading Revelations and John was the last homie.
he was the last one.
Thank you, Janard. I just want to tell my story.
I got you. Tell your story.
Listen, Janard, we talking about stuff in the city and how
Okay.
I haven't really seen any differences since the last time we was on. But I've been only difference I've seen is a whole lot of money been coming in here, and I'm glad to see that our people aren't getting fooled by the smoke and mirrors. If you understand what I'm saying, like
Okay.
sometimes the stuff is designed at the last minute and to be put in front. And I know you're gonna have you gonna mix it up in a nice, beautiful. Polo, put the squeaky toy down. I got these cute little beautiful dogs, and he ain't played with this toy all day. Hold on, just Polo,
Okay.
come here, Popo, come here, Polo, come here. So I'm glad that a lot of people aren't falling for this smoke and mirrors and all of the money that's coming into Flint, because it was designed to make us forget about everything that's happened over the last few years. What's your take
Mhm.
on that? Because if they got the money now, they had the money then.
Well, sometimes when dealing with um, money or issues, you have to deal with the heart of the individual. And um, one of the principles that the Bible does teach us is that if a man is faithful over a little bit, he will be faithful over much.
Right.
And sometimes we don't give people the ability to test their faithfulness in little things. If you don't have a track record in doing well with small things and you've been frivolous in small things, you're going to tear up stuff when it comes
Right.
down to big things.
Right.
And because we don't have checks and balance, one of the things that God talked to me about a long time ago is systems.
Mm-hmm.
Systems are in place to make sure things run smoothly. And most times that because we're not able to maximize things because we don't have the right systems in place.
Right.
GM is GM because they put a system of production in place that they're able to manufacture and they're able to produce at a mass quality because their system works.
Uh-huh.
And when our system, and when you talk about, um, when we deal with city things and when you deal with money, it really comes down to the heart of people.
Right.
Because if you are a greedy hearted person,
Uh-huh.
regardless of the needs of other people, selfishness is another thing that comes into foreplay because you've got to be willing to be selfless in situations when you serve people.
Right.
Um, and, you know, even in ministry for me, when it comes down to the people, people trust me. You know why? Because I was doing this before I ever got a microphone.
Absolutely, you were. You were.
So, working with homeless people, feeding people out of my pocket,
Uh-huh.
taking care of people, and me and my wife work. I work 3 jobs.
Wow.
I'm a working man
Yes, you are.
outside of preaching. And so my heart has always
And
been to bless
pastoring
people.
is a full-time job in itself.
And
So
I pastor 2 churches
I
because
know.
a friend of mine needed to uh, leave for his job, and I took over for him.
Uh-huh.
And when you talk about, I do it for the people. I do it because my heart is to be a blessing to the people.
Uh-huh.
Um, and if that's your heart, when you get in positions, regardless of what money comes through, if your heart is to bless the people, you're going to make sure that the people are blessed.
Right.
If you get into any position and you say that you want to help the people, but money is just the amplifier. Whatever you was doing before money came, you're just going to do it at a bigger, you're going to do it on a bigger level.
Absolutely.
If you was an alcoholic with a little money, you got a whole lot, you're
You're
just going
gonna
to
be
drink
a
a whole lot
bigger
more with better
alcoholic.
wine.
Right.
It's an amplifier. And so if you're not able to be a good person to help people now with
Uh-huh.
finances, you're not going to be able to do it when there's a whole lot of money. Because if you're
Right.
unfaithful in a little bit, you're going to be unfaithful in much.
Uh-huh.
And so if there's money coming in, the systems that are in place, sometimes the people that are in place, that when money come through, they don't care the people suffer.
Right.
They don't care about the unfair practices. All they care is how it can profit and benefit them
And that,
themselves.
and that bothers me because when I looked at now they trying to call it the mayor's budget, even though the two members, it was councilwoman from the second ward, Liddell Lewis, and councilwoman from the fourth ward, Judy Priestley, they
Okay.
presented this ARPA budget. And when my understanding, when President Mays was president, and he'll be on with me Saturday at 11 o'clock, I had to put that little plug out there to clear it
Okay.
up because he appointed them as an ad hoc committee to go and work with, I don't know, administration, finance director, but to bring back their findings to the council as a whole for them to sit down and, after they review the applications and see where the money should go. If you understand what I'm saying. So then
Mhm.
they come back, right? And they present a budget with everything that they chose where stuff should go. And that kind of threw me off last night. It threw a lot of people off because they didn't want to fund Oak Business Center because they said, why give money to a building that's not even in use? Now, it didn't bother me that Judy Priestley said that from the fourth ward. Maybe she never been there. But it broke my heart to hear that black lady, that doctor from the second ward, not even know that that's where Black Lives Matter is located. Right there in the Oak Business Center. So I said, now I understand why the North Side hasn't been getting anything because they don't know the North Side is there. I mean, seriously. How you not know the Oak Business Center is there? How you gonna let them call PAL program that me and you both used to play on a pilot program. Oh, so now they're trying to clean it up. Well, it's just a pilot for these 500 kids. It's not a pilot program if it's been in existence for what, 50 years, maybe longer than that. I see so much BS downtown, Janard, and I know I can keep it real with you, but I'm gonna keep it respectable and I'm not gonna curse anything. But I just see how things are moving, and to me right now, the people that's hurting the most not gonna see a dime of this money that was sent here to help them. How does that make you feel?
You know, yesterday, without even knowing, uh, before I even knew that me and you were going to be on this call, I posted, I said, Lord, remove wicked men and women from positions of power and replace
Hold
them
on,
with
Janard. Hold
people.
on, Janard. Polo, come here. Come here, Polo. Come here, Polo.
Polo having a good time.
Yeah, he hiding behind that couch with that little squeaky toy. Come on, you gonna get me fired. Mr. Mickey gonna be mad. Come on. Come here. He can't go nowhere. Okay, Janard, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, I just put, so most of the time on Facebook, how God deals with me, he deals with me in thoughts.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes he give me, as I'm thinking about things, he'll just give me something and I'll post it.
Uh-huh.
And yesterday I said, Lord, remove wicked men and women from positions of power and replace them with people of righteousness in every area.
It's beautiful.
When it comes down to how we're going to solve it, we got to move some folks out.
Yeah.
One of the things biblically that it talked about is that the Lord talked about he hated people, or he hated systems that had unfair practices.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes there are people in positions of power, and the Bible talks about spiritual wickedness in high places. There's some wickedness in high places,
Yes.
spiritual wickedness. People that hide behind different things, get in positions of power to talk about change and things that they want to see happen, but their hearts are wicked.
Yep.
And the manifestation of that is when they get in position, you can see their ways.
Yes.
You cannot hide a wicked heart pretty
Nope.
soon. And this is what the scripture says: out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Uh-huh.
Pretty soon it's gonna come out your mouth.
Yep.
And so,
It's
we're
gonna
talking,
show. It's
it's
gonna
gonna
show.
show.
Yep.
I don't care how well you wash a pig up. Soon as he sees some mud, guess what?
He going to get
He
back in.
waddling.
Yep.
That's into it. So when you talk about removing, we talk about people that we put in positions. Some of the things, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Do not complain about anything that you're not willing to vote in.
Uh-huh.
If black people is talking about they don't like some of the things, when it comes to the opportunity for you to vote for some of the people that are the voice or the representative of that's supposed to represent the people, and they're not doing it, get their butts out of that position.
That's right. That's right.
And once we start removing wicked men and women, and we start seeing their hearts because of
Mind
their
and
action,
heart. Yep.
then the things that's supposed to come in, we didn't have enough crooks.
Yep.
Look at our kids. My heart bleeds to see kids that make it to certain ages and grades that's still illiterate, that can't read,
That's a shame.
and just push our kids through.
Uh-huh.
Don't improve the quality of it. My heart bleeds. And so when you talk about finances and resources, all of the things that was supposed to come in, I remember they said that how much the lottery was supposed to help, but they didn't went from midday to we got about 4 lotteries. Where the money at?
Right. Ain't nobody seen nothing.
That
Right.
helps our city.
Uh-huh.
They didn't opened up dispensaries.
Yep.
That they opened dispensaries and closed schools.
Yep.
But
Ain't
the
that
money that was
backwards?
but the money that was supposed to come from these places was supposed to improve the quality. So when you talk about the evil and the wickedness of people that are in position to say that they're fighting for certain things, and then when the resources come in and they don't do what they say, I pray they are removed.
Me too. I'll never forget what you had preached about. I can't. Was it in the sermon? I think it was in the sermon when we came to your church, and you said you had talked on New Year's Eve, I do believe, about 2022 being the year of the shift. You remember talking about that? And
Mhm.
I find myself repeating that so many times in a lot of different situations. And I can see it. Janard, if you sit back and look, everybody may not see it, or some saying that they seeing it, they not really seeing it. But I can see the shift. I can
Mhm.
see people's cry. They tired. People want to be made whole. They don't they care about a grocery store. They care about shops opening up. But people
Mhm.
need roofs on their houses. They need new hot water tanks. People just need money to pay consumers. You know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen, and my mom was talking to me about a situation not too long ago, uh, about a situation where somebody just financially can't do it, and that tarp that they had up there on their roof is no longer able to go through a winter, a summer, a spring, a fall. And when you talk about the resources of our city, you know, uh, the Bible says when the righteous are in root, the city, the people rejoice. When
Yeah.
you get good-hearted people in position, that's going to do right by the people that hurt, like the people that pray for the people that want to see the people in a better position. It'll thrive.
I knew that was gonna pop up. I felt it in my heart. Mr. Kevin Tay says send him the address, Pastor.
Got you.
Yeah. I knew it was I just kind of felt he was gonna say something. Thank you, Mr. Tay.
Good. And I
Yeah.
got you, sir. But I just, the people will thrive. People
Hmm.
will thrive when our creativity, when we see creativity and ingenuity, opportunities that are presented to people. When I say that I've seen more entrepreneurship being birthed than ever before,
Right.
and some of that's been birthed because it's been tight for people.
Hmm.
They've had to resort. They had to resort to what was in their hands.
Right.
And I was preaching this past week about, we was talking about purpose robbers, things that rob you from your purpose, people that rob you from your purpose, places that rob you from your purpose, activities that rob you from your purpose. And, you know, I just, I can't be sleep for 10 hours and broke.
Right. Right. I get it. I get what you're saying. I
I
get what
just,
you're saying.
and because I'm hungry for wanting better in life, because I'm hungry for wanting to make sure that I leave a positive mark for the generations that's coming behind me and my family. I've never been to college. I've been to prison.
Yep.
I all of the things to say I can make something out of my life to help make it easier for those that's coming behind me to do something with their life. And to see entrepreneurship birthed and people have business ideas and, see young men that come out of prison who can't find a job like I didn't when I first came home, who after so long don't have that support system that go back to the streets because they see hopelessness.
Right.
I know what it is to come back to a city and be like, oh my God, and to see everything around you and feel like you landlocked, that you can't go nowhere, that you stuck here, that it's never going to improve, that it's never going to get any better. And so us as leaders, it is our job. Not only is my job to preach faith, but it's my job to demonstrate the faith that I preach.
Right.
They didn't
Absolutely.
watch me get it
Absolutely.
from the sticks. They didn't see me get it in the mud.
Yeah.
And so, being able to help us um, push our people forward, especially when it comes down to our city, everybody taking responsibility to do their part. Um, Even when those that are in position and not doing their part, it's our job to step in to help.
Right. And
It's our
hold
job to.
them, as Miss Claire McClinton said the other day, hold people accountable. You got to start holding people accountable for their actions. If not, they keep getting away with stuff. Um,
Exactly.
things bother me. Flint is a mostly predominantly black city. We know that. So I don't understand why it's okay for our elected officials to come to a meeting and call someone else ghetto and get away with it.
Hmm.
That's not right. That's not right. We have learned to just accept things, anything that's thrown at us, and we shouldn't do that. And I hate to see a city that's just okay with it. We can't fill up council chambers anymore to complain about the water because we just accepted it. We can't fill up council chambers to complain about the violence and deaths anymore because we've just accepted it.
We numb
And we
to it.
should and we shouldn't, like Pastor Hill said when I was telling him it was the 8th year this year of the water crisis, and he says it's a sad day when we start celebrating something like that because that means that we have adapted to it. We're okay with it, and we
Hmm.
shouldn't be.
Hmm.
And people don't give up. Don't give up. It's still good-hearted people out here and leaders that want to help us. And when I say us, I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about the least of them,
Hmm.
black and white. It's still good people that just don't want to see downtown flourish and the rest of the city not. It's still good people out here that don't want to dump 100 million into a beautiful state park and beaches downtown and it look like the rest of the city been hit by an M80. Janard, what's your take on that? A state park, really beautiful for a family, beautiful. I probably would be there with my family one day. But when the rest of the city is suffering, how dare you? How dare you, leaders? How dare you, elected officials? Dump all of this money into that state park when I can drive less than 2 miles from City Hall and see a man standing out there that's saying, I'm hungry.
Even with even with a lot of the, we were talking last week, and I said it's an indictment to us as Christian leaders that there is not one place, if a person was homeless in our church, there's not one place that we have collectively outside of taking them to Carrots Town, taking them to My Brother's Keeper.
Yep.
But with all of the money that has been collected, there is not one place that if one of our members was homeless that we can say, we have a place to take you instead of taking you to one of the shelters.
Yep. And that's sad. we don't
All
have
these empty buildings,
Yep. Yep.
all of these places where used to be in good condition,
Mm-hmm.
but in the neighborhoods, especially when you talk about the north side, and it's horrible that you can see one house. I rode on my old block. I grew up on Holbrook Street,
Okay.
125 East Holbrook.
That
It's
down there
still
by
there.
the good church, is that close to the Selby?
It's right there by Wilkins.
I don't know where that is.
So it's right there off of Detroit and Holbrook, right before you would get to Carpenter.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
I'm
up
right
there
there
because
with you.
Wilkins is right there on York Street.
Right.
But in those areas, look at our bishops or our different places where you only got one house
Mhm.
in one block. All the rest of them empty.
Right.
Look at how our neighborhoods look. And so when you talk about building, and then for us, man, when you talk about all of the people who, we deal with that are homeless, but there's not a lot of places that are affordable that's being built or to help people in those situations.
Yeah, but they lie to us and they go down to council with those nice big words and present it as affordable housing. And affordable housing to me, I can't afford nothing that's
Who
$1,200-$1,300 a month for an
who is
apartment.
what system is in place to do follow up to make sure that the people that went down there to say what they said to get those things are actually doing that?
It
Where's
should
the
be the
follow up?
people that we elected, Janard. It
Where
shouldn't
is
be
the
me and you
follow
on the
up?
screen.
Exactly. Where's the follow up?
It's not.
Where's the accountability, the checks and balances, like you said, to hold people accountable?
It's not. You know, they did. I'll give you another example about last night. We trying to get just a little bit of money for the hood or for the least of them. And they go back and forth, argue. But Mays told him, he said, watch the big boys come right up here and get their money. They want 3.2 million, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me off the numbers. But it was millions of dollars that they wanted from the ARPA money to clean up the old Buick City site. They passed that right along the council. No questions asked. They called him up to the podium, made it look good. But my thing, they say, it's better to have it used and they're gonna come and they're gonna build this and they're gonna hire all these people. They can't get enough people to work in Lear that's here now. Good paying jobs. I ain't telling a lie.
Right.
But that place is being used. And like I went right on Facebook last night. Anybody that rolled down there, they got all of those trucks that was sitting there that they didn't have the chips for.
Hmm.
They paying somebody to put those trucks there. They're not just doing it. The city not just letting them do it as a courtesy. So where's the money from that? And then they got so many trucks down there to Janard, they had to take the steering wheels out because they were still in the trucks. So your cousins and them said, that ain't gonna stop us. We gonna take the parts off the truck. So the man at Al Sarah said they've been stealing the carburetors and the alternators and the starters and everything.
Cadillac
When there's a will,
converters.
there's a way, ain't
Cadillac
it?
converters.
They stealing everything. But that just
Yeah.
shows that how desperate people are. And I'm not saying desperate in a bad way. I'm talking about desperate as in like we need help. The ARPA money
Yeah.
was sent here to help the people. The ARPA money has been here since May of 2021 and was saved until this year. Why? In my opinion, I'm going to say just to overshadow the people's eyes and make them, we're going to throw a whole lot of money at them right now to make myself look good. I'm talking about the elected officials downtown, the mayor.
Mhm.
Give the money to the people. Oh, well, they're going to say, well, we did that. We gave them $300 water credits. Janard, what is that going to do? Was your people shouting and running around the church because they got $300 in water credits? He
Not when
said,
they not when they bill was almost that anyway.
that's what I'm saying. If you got somebody that's a bill with $3,000, $300, anything helps. But when it's going on the back end and not towards the payment, it's not helping me.
Yeah.
It's like telling me you don't have to pay your car note this month, but we're gonna tag it on to the end. I still gotta pay it.
Still gotta pay it.
And we need
Still gotta
people
pay it.
that understand us, that's not out of touch with reality. And when I'm out there with Dr. Weaver, she gets a real warm reception from the people in the streets.
She do.
Regardless of what anybody says, she's really in tune with the people in the hood. we was walking down Winthrop, over there where all your people at
Oh,
Baldwin,
yeah.
Glen. And I'm just saying, Janai, that's my cousin. You got everybody that came outside was your cousin over there on Baldwin Street, okay?
Right.
But it was this one particular person, and I thought we still got, like I said, good people that was raised right. He came out the house and he had his look, whatever he was doing, and he was like, "Oh, that's the mayor. I don't want to see her. I don't want her to see me doing this." And just as he turned around, she called him. She said, I don't care about what you're doing, but young man, I need you to get out here and vote. I need you to help me get the things that you need." And he looked like, wow, she talking, she caring about me. And I see that connection. Everybody can't connect to people. That's when they have to go out and hire a whole bunch of other people to try to help them connect with the people. But Dr. Weaver is really out there and she's putting in the work every single day. And you see her, she came back to your church. She's not just coming for the
And
votes.
that's what she said. She said, I'm coming to just fellowship
Yeah,
and to be here. And
yeah.
she did. And
Hmm.
we appreciate, her stopping in, and, you know, we do. And every time she do, we gonna pray for her. We're praying for her anyway, but we definitely pray for her because we understand the the task that's ahead and the resistance.
Yes.
We understand the resistance. And so we cover her and her family in prayer.
Janard,
We
what
do.
would you tell to those people that's listening to us today? Because I've been asked this question many a times, and I go back and forth with a debate. But what would you tell someone that says, I don't think we should move backwards. Why should we go backwards? And I'm like, why should we stay the same? What would be your response to someone like that?
As far as moving forward, people got to have vision. And when you talk about vision, vision is our ability to see ahead. It's our ability to see in the past. We really can't look behind us. We got to forget that stuff.
Well, they're
It's
talking
about,
about the mistakes that she made. Well, she messed up, so why should we move backwards?
first of all, everybody makes mistakes.
Hmm. Okay.
If anybody's able to own their mistakes and to right their wrongs
Mm-hmm.
and to try to move forward, who are we? Even the people that make them, if they can show me that they can't make any mistakes,
Right.
and it's easy for people to say what they would do when they're in, if they was in the position. Boy, you've never been in that position.
That's right.
You
That's right.
learn. It's and you know what happens, and this is the best analogy I can get.
Mm-hmm.
You know when people have a child, the first child, they make some mistakes that they try to correct with the second child.
Yeah.
They learn.
Yeah.
Ain't no sense of saying, well, you made mistakes with the first child, so you might as well not have a second.
That's true.
I
That's true.
improve the quality of my experience that I learned the first time to know what I don't repeat the second time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nobody can judge you about a mistake. If you're
Yeah.
willing to admit that that was a mistake, learn from it, grow from it, and do something different. At least you know what not to do because you learn from that mistake and what happened when you did it the last time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you talk
That's
about moving forward, if I didn't learn from mistakes, I wouldn't be the man that I am today.
that's right, Janard. That's
I'm
right.
not mad about the mistakes I made.
Mm-hmm.
They made me the man I am today. You don't see
Sometimes
me
we
keep
have to go
repeating
through
it.
something to get to where we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't see us repeating it. So
Right.
just because you made a mistake in the past don't mean you're going to be a repeater of that same mistake in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's where wisdom kick in. I learned from that. I grew from that, and I'm not going back to that. That's
Right.
how wisdom kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely for those that believe, well, we're not going backwards. We're not going backwards because the age If somebody's still trying to hold my past against me, do you know I'm older than now than I was then?
Well, I would hope so, right?
Exactly. And
Right.
as people grow older, so should their wisdom.
They should. They should. They should.
And so we move on. Everybody can say, if I was in the position, this is what I would do. That's easy for you to say until you're in that position.
Hmm.
But now that you're in it and you can learn from it and you can grow from it, now you know what to do the next time when you get back in that position.
Right.
Learn from it.
And I'm sure you've had some talks with her. Hey, Miss Brenda Boyd, thank you for coming on today. And I'm not sure how deep your conversations have been with Mary Weaver, but I know she's told me that this time has given her time to look and see things that she should have done differently and what she's going to do differently when she gets back in there. She sees the cry from a different angle now. She's seen it before as a resident, then she's seen it as mayor, and she was still new, learning her way around. And like I said, I didn't know her. And Janard, you a preacher, you know me all my whole life. It was easy for me to lie on her because I didn't know her. I didn't care about telling a lie on her. You know, they said she stole money. Okay, well, I said she stole money because that's what they told me. I was dumb. I wasn't wise enough to go out and do the research for myself. They said she wasn't running the city. I said she wasn't running the city. I went out and I spread that lie. But like you said, when people get older, so should that mind. They should wise up. I did
Yeah.
my research. I found out about that lady. I found out, and here's my mom. She said, we should learn from our past mistakes. And that's what she always taught me. And you have to in order to grow and improve. I knew that this was Sheldon's mayor. I'm going to give him respect because he is the mayor. Mayor Neely's third time running for mayor. He really wanted to be mayor so bad. Sometimes God will give you what you asked for, not knowing that you really didn't need it. Let me say that again. Sometimes God will give you what you asked for, He knowing you really don't need it. But you need to see for yourself. Like you said, it's easy to say what I would do when you're not in there. But when you get in there, it's a whole
Mhm.
different ball game.
Yep, it certainly is. And, even with me, growing from mistakes, even as a pastor, it's the first time I've ever pastored.
Hmm.
And I didn't take somebody else's work. I started a ministry ground up.
Hmm.
And so I learned mistakes in the beginning. I made mistakes
Right.
and I grew from the mistakes, which helped me to become a better person. But just because I made mistakes then, and gonna make some more mistakes.
Right. Gonna make plenty more. We all
But
are.
if you know the heart of the individual,
Hmm.
people give you grace when they know your heart.
Right.
They should give you grace.
Yes.
And when people know my intent is always good and not selfish, they're willing to work with me while I make the mistakes and work with me to correct my mistakes.
Hmm. And here goes
It's
Miss
about
Councilwoman Tanya Burns. She said that he managed to do the impossible by dividing the fire department, police department, and the residents of the city. Yes, he did, Tanya. And I read Tanya's comment because Tanya and I worked on his last campaign together. We trying to correct our wrongs.
Mhm.
And the city deserves better than what they're getting now. You know, you try to put, like I said, smoke and mirrors in front of people. And I don't like to see when people try to use people. Don't use people. Don't think people are stupid. Don't do that. Everybody has value. And when you are the mayor of the whole great city of Flint, not just the ones who supported you. And that's where he messed up. Dr. Weaver, I did not have one single conversation with her when she was married before, but I guarantee you I'm going to watch her. Because I know she's going to, not watching her like, oh, waiting for her to mess up. I'm going to watch her because I want to soak up all the knowledge that I can from her. Because that is a very, very wise lady. She is. And I'm excited. I'm already claiming the victory, Janard. I'm excited for when she gets back in there to see the changes that she's going to do. I'm excited for her to complete those water lines and take us from a real crisis to recovery. I can't wait to see recovery under the Weaver administration. I can't wait to see the North Side rehab under the Weaver administration. And I sure can't wait for them to finish that grocery store, child. When they gonna finish that grocery store, Janine? Now I had to come. I know, I'm sorry, Pastor, but the store gonna be built. They built Rome quicker than they built that store over there. Over there on Pearson Road. But this is what I'm saying. They need stuff on the north side. We shouldn't have to travel all the way to Center Road or to Hill Road to go to Myers. I just want something better for our people. I don't have to do this. I can sit at home comfortable every night, but I want better for my people. Yeah.
And I do too, you know. And we pray that during this election, during this time of transition, that people be moved out and people be moved in.
Yeah. The shift.
The
The
shift.
shift. The shift.
You know, and that's what he spoke to us, the changing of the guards. And we can see
Oh,
it so
yes. I was
rapidly.
hoping you would tell that story. Go ahead.
The changing of the guards, and we see it, that when the Lord spoke to me and said that there would be a change in the guards, we seen people leave the earth
Mm-hmm.
quickly,
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere, gone.
Right.
Positions open all around our city. It's like that.
Right.
With churches, is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Changing of the guards, people moving out. And I believe because we've also declared this the year of acceleration, because things got to get done and we have a rapid pace that things need to be done.
Yeah. Yep.
God moving things out. Either, and I love to say it this way: either piss or get off the pot.
Oh, piss or get off the pot. There you go. I gotta read this comment. What did my mother say? She said, Janard, don't you or anyone else let your past interfere with the future. Blessings from above. Love you. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mother.
Please, 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 Flint, vote for Karen Williams Weaver. Yes. Hutchinson, Great Giant, Landmark, Mr. B is getting rich off the back of the poor. Well, they always been high over there at them stores. And I was in there probably about 2 weeks ago with my mom. And the big thing of grease, they used to be $9.99. Now they gotta pay more for stuff. Of course, they gonna go up on their products. But grease used to be $9.99. It's $17.99 now. I couldn't believe
Inflation
that.
is up there.
And
Yeah.
then as I'm talking about the stores getting rich off of us, Paradise is closed on
hmm
Flipping in Pasadena, but it's become a dumping ground. It's a good thing that we close the stores, but it should be something in place where they just can't have it as a dumping ground.
Yeah.
Board it up, put fence or something around it, because if it was downtown, it would be fenced off, wouldn't it?
hmm
Yeah. So
You're right about it.
yeah. What about our police and safety? Janine, I know you keep up with the news as much as I do. I just want to say again, I hope that Miss Crystal Cooper finds justice for her 2 children that were in that fire, and also to Miss Shawnee Davis and the loss of her son for that in that police chase. I hope that those 2 families get the closure that they deserve. And
Sonny Davis is my cousin, and
there you go again, Janard.
I actually did his funeral.
What?
And
Mr. Von Trees.
Mr. Vontrice Davis, I sure did. And then she was with us in service this past Sunday. And so we're definitely, keeping, prayer for her, and also the young lady who lost her 2 sons. We
Yes.
were actually, I was going to preach their eulogies. And so, my prayers, my heart go out to them, and everything that they're going through, when it comes down to things that have violently happened in our city, be it or a fire or police chase or things like that. So definitely our heart goes back out to those families. So I'm very familiar with both of them.
And in my opinion, and it's just me, like I said, when I talk to you, it's feel like I'm just talking to my brother. I know we're going a little bit over, and I'm gonna try to hurry up and wrap this up, but I felt like our children are being used as sacrificial lambs, like nobody cares about our babies,
Hmm.
especially when it's so much going on and needs to be fixed in this city. And shouts out to Clarissa Shields. I'm very happy for her. She is the greatest woman of all time in boxing.
Oh
But when
yeah.
you got a lot of stuff going on in your city, now it's not the time to be planning a celebration. You know, now it's not the time to be walking around cheerful, saying everything is going good, when you got mothers that's down there at council every time the doors is open, just saying, "Please help me." Did we lose Janard? But oh, there you go. You back. Now you gone. But you probably can still hear me.
I can hear you.
You hear me? I think
Yes. There we
we
go.
need to, we need to put our children first. And not lamb because everything is we officers that am I live? Am I back on? Not sure what happened. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me some thumbs up. Okay. I don't know what happened. Um, the feed just happens to go out when certain people goes live. I'm not sure if we lost Pastor Lakes or not. Let me see if I can get him back. But if I can't get him back, we are going to be wrapping up anyway. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I do appreciate him for coming on. Mickey, if you can get him to come back in and just say some closing words. If not, I will close out for him. Let me see if I can text him real quick. It's 7:11. Okay, well, I'm not sure what happened, but anyway, I don't want to hold you guys that much longer. But thank you. And thank you, Pastor Janard Lakes, for coming on tonight. Again, he is pastor of two churches. The one church that I'm very familiar with is the Spirit of Victory Ministries on Court Street. And I do believe his services are live. You can go to the church or either on Facebook Live at 12:30 on Sundays. Again, you can always find the wonderful Mount Pisgah Baptist Church on Clio Road, 10 a.m. Sunday mornings, Facebook Live, or either we worship in person. Thank you again. Next week, I will be on here with the one and only Pastor Wallace Hill, just my pastor and myself. We will be sitting down to have a one-on-one conversation. And then the last Thursday, before the great election, it will be myself and the wonderful mayor-elect, I'm already claiming it, Dr. Karen Williams Weaver. We will be on. So next week, Pastor Hill, the week after that, Dr. Weaver. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at noon for Trevor and myself. We will be having the week's end recap. And then again on Saturday, 8 a.m., Pastor Threlkeld, and then AC Dumas. But 11 o'clock is the show you don't want to miss. Eric Mays and myself, we're putting up the boxing gloves, and we're just going to sit down and have coffee and crumpets. So thank you all for joining tonight, and I will see you all tomorrow morning, 12 a.m. Thank you.